This is beta test, right?
It's scary.
Where's Louis P?
Hold on, let me turn this down. I think he's hiding, but I'm not sure. I talked to him today. I mean, not talk, but he said something about a parade, and okay, we'll be together at 7. But I'm thinking he's scared because I would be scared. I am scared. I went into I watched some videos and on Beta Flight.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Be on in a moment. We'll be working on 2 things. Okay, connect AP3. Connecting your receiver. Checking out. Make sure the motors are going the correct way. I'm talking about BL Suite. Oh, I don't know what that means. See, he said it'd be in a minute. So evidently, this man, hey JDS, knows no fear. But
hello, drone shots. Hello, JDS.
Okay, guys, I don't want you to make fun of me, but I am feeling so much anxiety over this part because when I built the 5-inch, I didn't do Beta Flight. You know who did it for me? It's Centroid did it for me.
Yeah.
I almost feel like crying. I'm so stressed, Robert. I'm so stressed.
Don't worry about it. It'll go fine. Louis P knows what he's talking about.
Just you know how my head shakes just because it does? I think it's going to be doing this tonight.
Just let it go.
No, my hands are shaking. I am so stressed. I'm so stressed.
Don't worry about it.
I looked at Beta Flight and Kim and I went through it, and I'm just like,
it's confusing. I've looked at it myself, but I've never done it. Yeah, I've looked at it, but all these
oh my gosh!
different
Thank you, John.
configurations.
Thank you, Drone Shots.
What's up, John?
Hey,
yeah. There you go. Software is fun. Look what John says. Software is fun.
Okay, can I tell you? I have never. I mean, I have to learn software. I've learned lots of different software. Beta Flight just is so out of my wheelhouse. Anything software and firmware can be reversed, unlike hardware. Once it's fried, it's fried.
Yeah, software can be changed.
Yeah, I'm all ready with my controller. Hold on. Oh, you know what? You can't have it plugged in when you turn it on.
You all charged up, ready to go?
All charged up, ready to go. So I'll turn it back off.
And not just the controller. Are you all charged up and ready? Are you charged up and ready to go?
I am. I keep looking at that bottle of Irish whiskey thinking, how much could a shot hurt? Maybe 3. I don't want, okay, I didn't charge this. I don't know how to charge this little one yet. So hopefully I can just, but I have all, see, I don't, somewhere in me says I can't do it. And that's what scares me more.
I don't know why you're so scared. It's software. I'd be worried more about the hardware part.
Oh, thank you. You got the first like and someone came in and gave me the first dislike. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, what can I do? Okay, so see, even this charger, I don't have anything to, I can't even begin to know because it doesn't have all the little ports I have. So there we go with that one. I'm just...
Val. Musa.
Are you
Take a deep breath.
Me off? What is that?
Take a deep breath and let it go. You'll be fine.
I almost canceled the show. I was so worried. Seriously. I'm so worried.
She's
Beta
afraid
flight.
of
I
beta
looked
flight,
at it, guys.
Steve.
So how many of you guys have done beta flight? Have a lot of you done beta flight? I thought I'd get a head start and look at it and figure it all out. So when Louis P came out, I was going to I got this. I looked at that damn thing and I just thought, what the hell is this? Drone shots? It's east. It feels easy. I was going to say it feels west and south and north.
You'll be fine.
I know. Well, that's okay, Steve.
Until Louis P gets in here, what else is going on in your life? What else is going on?
I bought a big blackberry bush today so I could have blackberries.
Yeah.
It's not fruiting yet, but I went down and I found one without thorns. And it's one of those baby cake blueberries, so it's you can keep it in a planter.
Oh yeah.
And I got all of my vegetables in planters this year. I was going to put them in my long bed, but Lily sleeps in my raised bed, and then so does, hey, dude, so does all the other dogs. They all get up there and sleep in there. Here, just to get the hang of after effects. Yeah, it's, my stomach kind of feels funny too.
So anything else going on?
Yeah, so I planted all that and then got everything cleaned up in the living room, swept up, and then my dog, my little devil dog, Snickerdoodle, decided to tear up a stuffed animal from Hell to Breakfast. So I got that all over, but I got that all cleaned. I don't know what's up with that dog. Hi, Jolene.
She just passed by, did she?
No, but I figured maybe she was there somewhere.
She's in the other room.
Huh?
She's in the other room.
Oh. Pretty much set up on the quad. Just need to check a few things, then set up your modes and switches. Okay. Okay.
Hey.
Hey, Michelle's in. What's up, Louis P?
Not much. Let me change that.
We have a nervous girl on our hands tonight.
Yeah, I heard. I've been listening.
The other stuff I just did make me nervous, made you nervous. This thing makes me nervous. It made you not nervous.
It made me nervous when I first started it. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I didn't even start on this. I started on a whole other system called Gropner, which is a closed system. It's a German connection, and that had its own flight controller and not ESCs. It was a flight control. What the hell? It was an all-in-one flight controller and level. It was just like the newest thing. It was like the next best thing from the CC3Ds that people used to use. But it was an all-in-one thing, Gropner protocol, and you programmed it all through the radio, the PIDs, and this is easier. Until you know what you're doing, it looks like hella complicated. But and I don't even know all the bells and whistles, and I'm gonna be shocked too to see some of the things that you have, because it's gonna look a little bit different. That sound, I don't know. It's gonna look a little bit different from the version I have, because I haven't updated yet. So it'll be fun.
I don't think I'm as smart as people might think.
I do.
Maybe you don't think that, people. But I'm really nervous. I'm very nervous.
All right. Well,
okay.
Let's do this. Let's do this. The first thing that we should do is actually get your receiver and your radio hooked up. Okay? But before we do that, let me take you on a little bit of a tour of what Beta Flight is and what it does.
I got
okay?
this.
Yep. Well, now there's a secret in that too. If it's only a power cable, it's no good. We need to make sure that it's a power and data cable.
It's a data cable. Yep.
Yeah.
It's a data cable.
Do you know how to do that?
It has the data.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you look at that little thing, and if it's got the arrow on it and the little box and blah blah blah. All right. So let me share my screen.
Okay.
And
with my Beta Flight, yeah, I've got.
Yeah, we will. Mine's going to look slightly different, I believe, because I'm running an older version of it. But it's you're going to get the idea, okay? And I just want to take you on a couple of things just to show you what we're going to be looking for, what we should be doing when we're in there, and just kind of to take a look at it, okay? What a drone that is already set up looks like, okay? Now, the first thing is obviously we're gonna let me do the screen share here real quick. I'll do my desktop, just straight up desktop. Okay, all right. So let's get
the latest version and the configure 10.7.
Okay,
yeah,
no problem. I do not have the updated version.
What?
I said I do not have the updated version, but that's no big deal. Okay. All right. So already it's going to tell me I don't have the updated version. I'm just not going to update it right now because of my own thing. So I'm going to close it. Now here you're going to have this screen. This first screen is just the main menu basically, and what I'm hoping we don't have any problems with is finding drivers or making sure that it connects. You're on a PC, I'm on a Mac. I had a little bit difficulties connecting with it because I had to find the right drivers and blah blah blah. I'm hoping that's not going to be the case for your computer, but we'll see. First things first, let's plug in a drone. So as I said, make sure it's a data and power cable, and I'm just going to take a drone that's already been ready to go, already set up, and I'm going to plug it in. And what should happen is I should get some functionality on the drone. I should be able to get my radio, and I actually should go get my radio, and be able to move it around on the computer screen once I plug into it and once I turn it on and all that stuff. I should be able to plug in a battery in the back of it and then spin up motors to test directions and stuff. Make sure no props are ever on when you're plugging these things in. So I've got my drone plugged in. I'm going to go over here to connect, and it's going to connect, and you're going to see a little drone on the screen, and this is the setup, okay? And it should be right in line with you holding it in your hand, and it should flip and flop on the screen just like it is. And you see that there's an arrow. That means that the drone is facing that way, and you should have the drone set up that way in your hand as well. So remember that little itty bitty arrow on the flight controller and how I always told you make sure it's always in the right position, the right orientation? Well, this is one of the reasons why I want you to make sure, so that when we put that drone in the right orientation, as if it's going to take off and fly away from you, that's what I want it to look like on the screen as well. All right. Now there's a couple of things that you can do on this screen. You can set this drone on a very stable flat surface and hit calibrate accelerometer. Well, that'll tell it I'm sitting on a flat surface and this is what I know as is flat. You can also hit the Z-axis and such to make it turn so that's straight, facing right away from you. See how mine is now exactly right away from you? I just hit that little Z-axis and it's just now showing that the drone is exactly away. Oops, I hit my cord.
Reconnect.
I have access.
As I stall, I hit the freaking
Paperball.
cord. Oh, there we go. All right, so I'm back in there. Okay, so Let's not hit the cord again. All right. Off to the side, you've got all these menus over here, okay?
Mhm.
So this is the stuff that we're going to plug into and get to program the drone with. The next step down is ports. If you plug into ports, you're going to have this crazy looking screen here. And all of this screen is it's telling you there are these things on your flight controller. They're called UARTs that you can put information in with a signal wire and take information out with a signal wire so that you can have information go to your radio controller or into your OSD and your goggles. And it tells the board where to take information in from. All right. So one of the things that's very important that you do not futz around with is this USB VCP thing here. Just don't touch it. Don't turn it off. Definitely don't turn that slider and hit save and reboot, because then you're not going to be able to interface with the drone. You're not going to be able, you're going to basically wreck the interface and it's hard to get it back. We could go into that later, but that's a whole other program. So what we are going to goof around with is figuring out what UART your serial RX is on. That's the information, that's your little receiver saying, hey, I'm here, I'm on your flight controller. Now, where's your radio and what's that radio going to tell me? That's that connection there. And that's what we're going to set up tonight. The next one down over here, configuration. Now, this is a pretty intensive page here. This controls which direction your quad's motors are going to go. This can control which motors, where they are. If you open up this drop-down menu, you're going to see a whole bunch of different types of quads or wings that you can arrange this or program for. So you got all these different things. You're going to want to just go with Quad X. So over here on the motors and ESC features, this is going to tell the protocol of how fast the information is going to go from your radio command through your receiver, through your flight controller, to your ESCs, to your motors. And it all happens in a split second. And it's all digital. And we're setting it up as such. That's why we're doing S-Bus, because it's a digital information stream. The old way, PWM, pulse width modulation, would send out like little packets of information or pulses for the flight controller to identify. Way slower. It's kind of like analog versus digital. Well, it is analog versus digital. Okay. All right. So I don't want to muddle you up too much, but that's an important spot there. We're going to be goofing around with that.
Don't worry.
All right. Your system configuration is like how fast the information is going to go through the processor. We're going to not mess with that.
Okay.
The board sensor and alignment. If we were to put this into a ridiculous build where we had to put the board in a weird orientation, we'd be able to goof around with it and tell the board, okay, you're not flat anymore, you're sideways. So that's kind of neat, but we're not going to mess around with that. Okay. We are going to mess around with receiver, and we're going to make sure that it's in serial-based receiver, and we're also going to make sure that the protocol is going to be S-Bus.
Okay.
This thing here, this will give a whole bunch of functionality or take away functionality from your flight controller. One of the things that you can do is, you know how you flick your switch on your 5-inch and you're in stabilize mode, or you flick your switch and you're in flippy floppy right angle or air mode. Well, you can permanently put your quad in that, so you don't even have to mess with switches. You can do it all here. We're going to put on some switches, and we're going to put some things on your controller so that you can control it more and arm it, put it in different modes like horizon, angle mode, and air mode, and all that good stuff. And there's a bunch of other configuration stuff down here that you can goof around with, but we won't worry about that stuff. Power and battery, you can configure, tell it what type of battery is going into the flight controller and how much the voltage and all that good stuff is, and then have it displayed on your OSD and your goggles.
Okay.
PID tuning, proportional integral derivative. All right, so this is like your
like a trim system.
It's like your cruise control in your car. Okay, so like you ever hit your cruise control and you're cruising along and then you hit a little bit of a steep grade and you feel the thing pull toward, you're like, we drop down below 65, and then the car realizes it and it kind of gasses up, and then
yeah.
That's what this kind of controls. This controls all of that extra information that is gathered on the flight controller and processed to stay at a level flight. So it's doing a whole bunch of heavy lifting to stay level in flight. And this is what controls it, and this is what the tune is. So you can change these figures. We're not going to. I'm probably going to give you this tune right here, which is a real simple, easy and usable and works tune for most quads. You can vary it around and stuff, and now people are going to be all up on me about this. Oh, you can't have it like this. And proof is in the pudding. Watch my flying. I don't use real study. My tune is solid. So we'll just put it right there and put that to bed.
Yes, Louis P.
Now,
the proof's in the pudding.
So regardless of that, we'll get you squared away with this, and it's I might have a little bit of difficulty remembering or figuring out how to do this because it's going to look a little bit different on yours than it is mine because of the update, but we'll see. And two, I don't even know what the board looks like, what it's been programmed, because this board came from somebody else. Yeah. Or is it a brand new board?
That come from somewhere else, Val?
Huh?
Did you order that board, or did somebody else?
They're on you.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry. I am so overwhelmed.
Your head is going brrr.
Yes, it's exploding. It'll be okay. If I go into stroke, you see part of me droop. Just smack to get me back.
Right. And I'm throwing all the spaghetti up onto the wall right now, and whatever sticks, and what doesn't, we'll figure it all out. Okay.
Actually, I do want to know all this. I don't know why it scares me so much. I have so much anxiety over beta flight. Let's go.
All right. So another thing that this will do, this page will, so you can set your PIDs and set your rates. Your PIDs are different than your rates. Your PIDs are what controls how nice and smooth your tune and your quad flies when it flips and how it reacts to wind and so on and so forth. Your rates are how fast shit goes down. So what I mean by that is, if you look over here on this XYZ scale, right. Do you see the curve? It's an S curve, right? It's a sine wave. So what happens? What happens is from the center, if I move one of my sticks over, it's going to go up that curve, okay? And as I go over to the side, it's going to tell the drone to flip if I'm going to a roll. As I'm going to that side, and the lower and the faster that curve is, the faster my drone's going to go. So people who have high rates, as soon as they deflect that stick, that drone is already starting to flip. If you have low rates, people go further over to the side of that stick maneuver, and then it rolls slower. So that's what rates mean. How fast of a rate does your drone flip? And how quickly do you want that to happen when you deflect the stick from center? Okay?
So I like everything moving a little slow.
Right. You like the little lower rates, which is fine, and I'll set you up for that.
And later I can be fast.
Right.
Corey Mano made a good suggestion. use your same rates that you use in Velocidrome.
You know which rates I use? I got them from Michael Banny.
All right, perfect. So what we'll do, Velocidrome, if you haven't noticed, if you've been in the rates and the settings of Velocidrome, don't it look like kind of like this?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, it does. All right, so the next thing, the receiver. Blah, blah, blah. All right, so I don't have mine plugged in right now, and I don't have mine down here. I got to go run and get it. But this is where you're going to see all of your bells and whistles and all the stuff moving on your drone, or on your controls surfaces on your Tyrannus, and you'll see it all happening in here. Here's a question for you right now. You have a 5-inch quad set up on that Tyrannus that you have already, or no?
I have a 5-inch, yes.
Do you have it? Does it? What radio do you use when you?
QX7 and my 5-inch is the one on it.
Okay, and it's an FR Sky most likely, and what we're probably gonna do is you know what? Let me run and get my Tyrannus. I'll be right back.
Oh, I unplugged my passport because I got no other things to plug in, and I can't plug in my thing into Betaflight without unplugging something. And then it said it was in use, so I think I screwed up my passport.
Your passport?
Yeah, see, I have this, and it's supposed to take all my data, and for some reason it said it was in use, but I had to unplug it because I have no more of these guys. Hey, Novice.
Okay, so on your Tyrannus, you have your 5-inch already set up, yes?
Yes.
Okay, which switches is your arm switch?
Okay, hold on.
Yep.
One.
It's the bottom one, just this one here?
I think so. I don't remember.
Okay, we'll
I keep
figure.
playing with them, and then I think they're in the wrong places now.
We'll figure it out, and we'll get it squared away. All right, so here's the next thing.
They look like candy corn because Ken got me big. Okay.
I have this. Or I gotta set this. No, I gotta.
Got it. Okay, I'm gonna.
This one.
Get it right here. Yeah. So we can set it up any way you want. It's
right.
It has like headphones.
Let's see here. For some reason it dropped. The heck.
Louis P, this is a non-FPV guy asking.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have to plug the controller and the quad into the computer, or just the quad?
No, just the quad.
Okay.
So it's going to throw back.
And then it reads the information from the controller. Okay.
Right.
Oh, I don't have to have this plugged in, my QX7?
No.
Oh,
no.
For goodness sake.
I mean, do you have? It's got to turn on. I mean.
Yeah, I've turned it on.
Okay, no, we don't have to have that. No, it does not need to be plugged into the computer, because what's going to happen is we're gonna bind it to the drone and see the functionality. And for whatever reason, it's kind of ticking me off. My drone is not hooking up correct.
Do I have to have a battery plugged in to my little drone to make all this work?
No.
Thank God.
You should not have to have a battery, and besides, you don't want a battery yet.
Good.
All right, so that's what the heck's going on here? Why can't I?
Okay.
I'm having problems. Hold on.
Uh-huh.
Really? Do I need to have a? I don't need to have a battery.
Hey Val,
I
I'm gonna have to.
When I don't. Oh, why doesn't that sit flat?
Val, I have to back out for a second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Yes, Robert. Okay.
Interesting.
Don't go too long, though. Okay, so put it there. Okay. Can I plug this in now?
The drone or the flight controller?
Yeah. Or do you turn on beta first?
Well, hold on a second.
Beta Crap King. How you doing?
Oh, why am I having issues?
Oh.
I shouldn't be having issues.
You have to plug in the battery to get the RX to power up unless the RX is in the flight controller.
Yeah, the RX isn't in the flight controller yet. We gotta, or no, it is, but we haven't bound it yet. We gotta bind it first. Anybody want to go ahead and have at it in the chat? Explain to how you would bind, and we'll see how it goes. I'm not even watching the chat. I gotta figure this out real quick. I gotta back out for a moment. Chat away, people.
All right.
Yes. Okay, so this is what I understood from Louis P. What RX?
We're going for a walk.
See if I can
Okay,
find
great.
my paper that tells me. It's an XM Plus. But it's an XM Plus for a Mano. Is that right? LOL, sounds like Louis doesn't like the peanut gallery. Oh, Louis likes everything. He is so funny. But I will say that when he's saying this works this way, he's extremely good at this. Like some of you guys are. Hold down the bind button, give power to RX, then in Tarantus hit the bind. Oh, really? Hold on. Okay, here we go. Did I do it now? So I don't have to have the battery on it? Do I need a battery, Corey Mano? E16I. We are all good at it now. Just takes time and building over and over. Yeah. Hey, Phenomena. Is there a light on the RX? Yeah. When I plug it into this battery, there is a light. Oh, he doesn't want me when plugged into USB. Oh, I don't know. Let me see. If it explodes, will that be a problem? Okay, so I get lights on this, but I'm not getting lights on my XM Plus. Is that bad? Oh, I can't let that touch that, right? Okay, I'll unplug it because I don't want. USB won't give enough power to make it smoke or explode. Oh, thank God. Because I was looking at it. So my XM Plus, no lights. USB, okay. No, just confirm you need battery. Oh.
Yeah, you might need a battery with that one. I don't know.
Okay.
I forget. I use the RXM. I use the XM Plus. So sometimes you need a battery, sometimes you don't. But you know what you freaking really do? Absolutely.
Oh, you almost
need
a heart attack. Yes.
You absolutely need to actually have a receiver put in the freaking drone for it to work. That's what that was what my problem was. I forget.
Oh my God.
Rookie mistake.
I forgot I took these.
Mistake.
Yeah, exactly. I forgot I took these out because I broke a wire in each one of them. I was like, what the, why isn't this working? So I run upstairs, I plug into my other drones. I was like, okay, that works. All right. Well, why is it?
Where is the bind button on this puppy, though?
Okay, so it should be. It's like, oh my God, it's like a super little on that one. It should kind of look like this. Let me see. It's ridiculous.
On the XM Plus?
No, this is a RXM, but it looks the same. It's like a super small little itty bitty.
And it's gold?
like gold button.
Yeah, I got it.
And that's what you got to push down. Now, here's what we have to do in order to bind the damn things. I usually trick it by plugging in the USB, because it should, I think, work. But I'm hearing that yours isn't if you just use the USB plug.
The F7's coming on, but my XM Plus lights aren't coming on.
Aren't. All right, so it's probably not powered.
And so Corey Mano said that tells you that you need to plug in the battery.
Right, exactly. Thanks, Corey. Yep, it needs to be powered.
It needs to be powered, yeah.
Bind button, then plug in the battery.
Yeah, that's the bitch. That's the hard thing of it. And that's one of the things that kind of sucks is if it were powered through the USB, it's so much easier to hold the bind button down and plug in the USB. You have to hold the bind button down and plug in the battery at the same time.
What if I plug this into my 3.0, my faster USB? Would that help?
It's not giving you that much more power, Val.
No, it's just
no.
Okay, I'm trying to
the flight controller might not be rated for it to power the FC.
Non-receiver. The battery. Okay, which means entering into bind mode. Then choose bind in the transmitter.
All right, but we're not going to hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. We're not there yet. We're not there yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right.
I just plugged it in and light did come on though.
Okay, so you have it coming on right now. Let me ask you this: what color is the light? It should be green, flashing, maybe. Right now, like plug it in.
Now because I don't have it plugged in anymore.
Oh, go ahead and plug. No. Plug in the battery so that we see the light on the RX on the XM Plus flashing. Yeah, I want to see. I forget what it blinks. If it blinks green or if it's green solid or what. Or if it's red. Okay. All right. So when we know it's bound, it should either blink, go off, or start blinking green. I forget. One of the things it'll do.
Should I unplug the battery now or
go ahead, unplug the battery? Yes.
Because the battery isn't really charged. It's still going.
I know, but it's got enough pep in it for. And why don't you have a charger yet? You were bugging about that earlier when I got on.
But I just don't know how.
She got a charger, but she doesn't know.
Look. It has the big one on it.
Yeah, so you got to get out those soldering skills, and you have to make a
jumper.
Yeah, I mean.
On the end of these kind of things, I got to redo another one. Then, yeah.
You make a jumper.
So I've got an XT60 going to an XT30, so that I can charge.
Oh, I see. So, okay. I'll have to do that then.
Yeah, that's not a big deal. Just make sure you put red to red and black to black, and don't plug it in wrong. All right, so now you have on your put everything down. Pick up your Taranis.
It's here.
Turn it on. Get to the model that you would be on if you were ready to fly your 5-inch right now.
Right there.
Yep. Okay, it's Model 2 or whatever it is on the list, right?
Hold on. It is Model 2, yes.
Okay, all right. On the Taranis, there's this little button on the side that has a little menu button looking kind of thing. It's the middle button right in the middle. On the left-hand side of the Taranis as you're looking at it, it's right under page. Find the word page.
What button?
All right, look, Val. Under your throttle, there's a bank of buttons.
Oh, yeah, no, that one, yeah.
Okay, I want the button that says page.
Yeah.
Right under it, there's a button that has three.
Yeah. Hit it.
Yeah, hit that button for me.
I did.
Okay, now hit page.
Okay, that's taking me into my 5-inch.
Okay, don't worry about it. Now, there's a scroll wheel, Val.
Yeah.
There's a scroll wheel. I want you to scroll counterclockwise and find bind. Should be setup, channel 1 through 16. You should see around it, and you should see bind.
Okay, hold on. I went somewhere else. Sorry.
That's okay.
Where am I? Okay. So I'm back to where I was.
Mm-hmm.
And then I hit this, and it takes me into something. There we go. And then I go to what?
Scroll the wheel counterclockwise and look for bind. Go slow.
That way.
Yeah.
Okay.
It should look like something like this. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if I can get my...
Should we stop sharing so your page is bigger?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry.
Would that make it easier for me?
Yeah, it might. So that's what you're looking for. I don't know if you can see that.
Show me. Ooh.
You're getting the glare from the monitor.
Yeah. It's okay. I'll just go. It says bind right away.
No.
Set up.
Yep, set up.
Right now.
Global functions, internal RF, mode D16, channel range, channel 1 through 16, RX number 02, bind. BND, actually, it says. It doesn't actually say BIND. It just said BND. Okay. It's ridiculous.
So I was right with you until just a minute ago, and then it didn't say. Okay. So it says, let me go up a little more. Internal, global.
Yep, you're there. Look down, look for mode and D16.
Okay.
Or maybe it says D8.
Mode D16.
Perfect. Leave it there. Channel range. So it says CH 1 through 16. Yay?
Hold on.
Yeah. All right, go down again. RX number.
Yep, got that.
It should say like 02, right?
It says 01.
Okay, good enough. Right next to it, in a bracket, there's BND.
Right.
We're there. Is it highlighted?
I just highlighted it. Okay,
so watch. Click the scrolly button, and it should bring you another menu, and it should say channel 1 through 8, TLEM on.
No, it just blinks now.
That's cool. That's fine. And it's chirping, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Click it again so that it stops it.
Okay.
All right. Are you still kind of there? Like if you were to hit that button again, it'd start chirping again?
Yeah.
Don't go anywhere else on that for right now, okay? Set the radio down.
Okay.
Because that's putting it in bind mode.
We're gonna put it in. We're gonna put it. Yeah.
Like that. It's waiting.
Yep, we're gonna put it in bind mode. But first, we gotta put the RX on your board. You know, the XM Plus that's on your board. We gotta hold that stupid power button down, plug in the battery, put that in bind mode. Go back over to the radio, hit the button for bind.
Do I have to still hold all this down while I'm doing it?
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna, and this is confusing. You're gonna hold that button in the best that you can. Listen to me just a couple of times. I'm gonna say it a couple of times. You're gonna hold that button in, and at the same time you're gonna plug in your battery and keep that button held down the best you can. Don't release it. Once you know that you have power and there's lights flashing, then you can release the button. Because sometimes what happens is, because it's such a pain in the ass, is you hold the button down and you press in the battery and you release the button by accident and it's not in bind mode.
Okay.
You try it again. You got to make sure it's held down. So we might have to do this a couple of times to get it right. Okay. So go ahead and try and do it. Hold that button down as tight as you can. If you have a third pair of hands over there, that might help too. I usually get my daughter to come and help me with this.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to take off this stuff here. Then I'm going to see if I can click it. Is it clicking down? There, that just clicked.
Yeah,
down.
you can probably barely feel it go click click.
It just clicked. Now I got to try to hold this up here. Okay. Now what?
All right. Are the colors any different on the receiver? They maybe changed to different color, or maybe are flashing now.
Yeah, it looks like a red and a green now on this.
Okay, now
Binding.
beautiful. Now, what I want you to do, listen to me very closely before you do this. You're gonna go back to your Tyrannus, and you're gonna hit the button again. Don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. You're gonna go back to your Tyrannus in a second. You're gonna hit the button again, and it's gonna start chirping. But what I want you to do is I want to have you keep your eye fixated on that RX to see if one of those lights either blink, turn off, or change color. Because what's going to happen is that'll indicate that there was a connection happen. And it's just one more thing to say yay about.
Okay.
Okay? All right, I think you're ready to do it.
So now what do I do?
Now, you're going to keep an eye on your RX because you want to see if any of those lights flash, change, or something, and you're going to hit the button to make the Tyrannus chirp again.
Okay. Yeah, the red light's blinking fast now.
You are bound. Okay, now, on your Tyrannus, just hit X, close it all out, turn the damn thing off.
Okay.
Unplug your drone.
Okay.
All right, unplug it from Beta Flight as well. That doesn't have to be plugged in.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay, so now what I want to see is I want you to turn your radio back on.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Turn the Tyrannus back on. Get it back to like you're going to fly your quad.
Okay.
Your 5-inch quad, because we set it up on the same channel, believe it or not.
Okay, hold
Or
on.
on the same, not the same channel, the same model.
Okay.
Okay, all right, so get your Tyrannus on so that it's all happy and pretty. Now, I'm not sure, but I think you should see little bars pop up on your Tyrannus next to your battery indicator when you turn on your drone. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that protocol will throw back the telemetry. It didn't go one more step when we were binding to say that there was going to throw back telemetry. So, but no big deal.
This is what I'm seeing here. Just that.
Yep. Beautiful. All right. Now,
Okay.
plug in your drone. And if the light on your receiver goes green, we're almost there.
I don't have to hold anything else down.
No,
right?
just plug it in.
Because we're done.
Should hear the pretty beeps.
Okay. Now the green light is no longer on. It's just the red light again.
I believe it should be just green. I don't know. Well, we'll see. All right. So now let's plug it into Beta Flight.
With the thing
Yeah,
on.
with the battery. You don't have any props on it, right?
Nope.
Okay, plug it into Beta Flight.
So should I? Hold on. Should I have Beta Flight up?
Yes. And you know what else you could do for me too, Val, is screen share so that we can see it.
Okay.
Corey Mano
Beta
says
Flight is.
the red light should blink and the green light should be on.
Yeah, probably. Maybe it didn't bind right.
Only the green light's on now.
Oh, well, that's what we need. Yeah,
okay.
green light is good. I forget. They have all these different flashy blinkies. Some are red, some are green blinking.
It just.
I don't
took a
know
minute
which is
to
which.
Come on, it was red for a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, so I plugged this in.
All right, give me your screen. Let me see your screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Sorry.
forgot to do that. Let me shrink this down a little. And then I'm going to go to screen share. We're doing this, and I'm doing share.
There you
You guys see it?
Uh-huh. All right. If it's plugged in, go ahead and connect to it.
Oh, it is plugged in.
All right, connect. Hit connect for me. Upper right-hand corner.
Got it. Says wait for data.
There it goes.
All right. Now, let's do this first. Is the drone... beautiful. All right, the drone, let's do this. Set it on a flat surface.
It is on a flat surface.
All right, don't touch it anymore. Hit calibrate accelerometer, left-hand corner.
Right here?
Yep, and just don't touch it. Go ahead and hit calibrate.
Though, right?
Yep, click calibrate. Now don't touch the drone. Beautiful. Now, over and to the right side, you're going to see reset Z-axis.
Okay.
You see it? So in comparison to where the drone is, it's off to the right side in the same kind of like window stuff.
It says reset Z-axis.
Yep, hit it.
Okay, here we go.
All right, so now this can.
It didn't seem
Yep.
to do anything.
Yeah, it turned it. It turned it. My concern is see how it's kind of wiggly and stuff. The accelerometer's kind of moving, and you're not hitting the table or anything, are you?
I was hitting the cord, yeah.
All right, yeah, don't hit the cord or don't try not to let it do anything. Touch it because see how it's pop. It shouldn't be moving around. It should be flat. No big deal, but no biggie. All right, so let's do the next thing. Let's go to configuration. Or excuse me, no, ports. My bad.
Pretty soon it's going to be facing me the way it's going. I don't know why.
I know it shouldn't be doing that. That's.
Hold on. Let me bring this up. Sorry.
All right.
Could you try and recalibrate the accelerometer? Maybe.
Well, it's not the thing in and of itself. Plus, I have this battery on it. So, okay. Ready? Should I hit calibration again?
Yeah, as long as it's nice and flat, not moving around.
Still moving.
Well, physically, is it moving?
Nope.
Oh yeah, hit calibrate.
Calibrate.
All right, don't worry about it. Let's move on.
Okay, ports.
Ports. All right, so UART1, it looks like it's set up serial RX. Beautiful. All right, let's go to configuration. The next one down. Good. All right. Quad X. Yup. Speed. Let's go over to ESC and motor features on the right side.
Uh-huh.
See where it says one shot, 125?
Yeah.
Drop that menu down. Let's go to D shot 300. Good enough. We'll leave it there for now. We'll live. We'll see.
Yeah, off axis. I don't know why it keeps moving a little. It is weird.
Yeah, it shouldn't. So what's happening is the accelerometer is a little messed up in there. So, but yeah, whatever. We'll live with it.
Okay.
Go to all right. Scroll this page down, please,
Okay.
or up or whatever, so I can see.
Got to get on the right monitor. It kind of.
Yeah.
Went. Okay.
All right. So now we want to go to where it says receiver.
Yep, right there.
Yeah.
Yep. Serial base. Oh, it's already set up.
It's
Aspas.
all set,
Beautiful. All right. Let's go to receiver over on the left side on the menus.
Oh, on the menu?
Yep.
Okay.
Receiver. Yep. Whee!
That. Why is it
Okay,
doing
so
that?
all right, because it's not mapped correctly, and we're going to remap it right now. See where it says channel map? Right above where the flippy floppy drone is going crazy.
At the very top.
Yeah, you're going to see AET. All right, so that's a drop-down menu, and you can triple click into there. So click right into it so that you could actually type into it. Double click. No, don't drop the menu down. Triple click. Yep. All right. Now, yes, beautiful. But we're going to leave the 1, 2, 3, 4 there. But do you see the other letters that are before that?
Yep.
All right, we're going to change those to capitals, and we're going to change it to TEAR, I think.
Here?
Yeah, let's try that. Hit save down in the right-hand corner.
Lower right-hand corner.
There we go. See how it stopped flippy floppy? Now pick up your Tyrannus.
Okay.
And now move the sticks around, and they should correlate with the. So your roll should be moving when you roll. See how the roll says roll?
Yeah.
Is it correct? You tell me.
Okay, hold on. Goes that way.
I mean, is throttle is the only thing that you won't see move on the little animation.
Okay.
You'll see throttle go up and down on the chart here, and if it's not going up and down where you think throttle should be, we have it mapped wrong, and I'll tell you again.
Okay, where am I going to see throttle? Because you're seeing.
All right, let me ask you this. You know where your throttle is on your Tyrannus?
Yes.
Move that stick up and down.
Okay, that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
All right, see how throttle is moving on the
I see what
chart?
you're saying. Okay.
Okay, now do me this. On throttle, you also have yaw, right? Move that left and right.
There you go.
All right, do you see how yaw? Now, do you also see on the little animation that it's making the animation yaw when you do yaw?
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, now give me roll. Now this is on your right stick. Give me roll to the right. Oh, all right. So we've got pitch and roll mapped.
I did it to the left.
We've got pitch and roll mapped wrong.
Yes.
Okay, so now we've got to go back over to that TEAR,
Okay.
and we need to switch E and A. So A has to be where E is, and R has to be, E and A have to be switched.
Hold on. E.
Have fun with that.
So
Okay.
AE
I kind of got a little backwards, but I need an R in there.
and R.
Like
There
that?
Yep, hit save.
I'm going to save it.
All right, now see if roll and it's been a long day, man.
Okay,
Roll and pitch work
going
correctly.
Right, but it's going okay. But see,
Yeah.
I think part of
No, it's correct.
is it
All
right?
right, so yeah.
Okay,
Can you get-
because I can tell that the arrow is facing me now, so it's going to do opposite than what I do.
Right. So make the arrow turn it and make the yaw face the arrow so that it looks like it's flying away from you. Good job. There you go. Oh, more yaw the other way. There you go.
you
Straighten her out. Straighten her out. Oh boy, look at you. You're going to be a great fish styler. All right. So what you're doing there
Now
is
it's not moving at all. Look,
perfect
but shouldn't it be moving? Oh, it's not.
because you're not moving it.
No, I was moving
Yeah, it's moving a little bit. Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
there now. Woo!
Good. You're good.
Woo!
All right, now hold on, chill out, people. Go to modes. It's the next one down under receiver on the left side.
I like Opex said, tear would make you cry when you fly.
Yeah.
That's already covered. Okay.
All right, so now here's what we're gonna do. See where it says arm?
Yes.
Hit add range. All right, now where is arm on your Tyrannus? Let's flick that switch.
Is that it?
Are you flicking that switch, that momentary switch there? Yeah,
What
aux
are you
12.
clicking?
Yeah.
Your
All right.
arm
So, all right.
switch.
So hold on. Here's what we got to do. I need to now go back to your Tyrannus and find out where these things are mapped. Do me a favor. No, that's not going to help. Do me a favor. Go to on Beta Flight where it says aux 12. Do you see that?
Yeah, I'm right there.
All right, click down and open that up. Go to aux 2 for me. Beautiful. Now, if Mark,
my thing is beeping.
okay, don't worry about it. If Mark listened to me, he should have put your arm switch on this very top switch up here.
Which one?
So right under your throttle, it's the very first switch.
Okay, is it the tall one or the short one?
It's the short one.
Okay.
It's flippy floppy that switch for me. Oh, he didn't do it. Okay.
But it's somewhere. Hold on.
All right. No, we're gonna. All right. Here's what I want to do. Let's leave this aside for now.
Oh, maybe it's this little one. Look. You see right here?
Yeah. So all right. So listen. So what that is, and I'll explain it. I'll explain it later once we get it working correctly. Okay. Because otherwise it's hard to explain what it does and how it works unless you see it work. Okay. Basically, it's either the radio is going to tell that little tick to either be in that orange swath or out of that orange swath. And whether or not it's in or out will depend on how we program it for the drone to react. So what we're basically going to do is where that orange swath is, I'm going to tell you how to program your Tyrannus to make this switch move that little ticky thing.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So now we got to go back into the Tyrannus. Turn that. Make sure that actually unplug everything from the computer and your drone because you've got very little battery. And this will be the last thing I'll do with you tonight because otherwise we're going to overload.
And I had other batteries that had just a little bit of power because I got more of them.
That's cool, but we got to get you to charge those too so that we can do more of this work.
Okay.
All right. So going back to the Tyrannus.
Okay. I'm going to stop share, guys.
Yeah. Do you don't happen to have that top down menu, do you, or camera going, do you?
Yeah. If I want to put it up, I can put it up.
Don't worry about it. No, I'll just talk you through it. All right. So if you're on the Model 2 here, which is what you should be on, we're gonna hit that middle button to go back to that list of all of the models that you would have.
Okay, just did.
So you should see your Model 2 or whatever. Now you're gonna hit page.
Okay.
And up in the just so that we're kind of close, I guess. Up in the upper right hand corner of that, you should see like something of 12, like 2 of 12 or 3 of. Okay, 2 of 12. Beautiful. All right. Hit page again. Should be 3 of 12.
Yep.
Hit page again. Should be 4 of 12. Yeah. And just to double check, does it say flight modes?
Yes.
Okay. Hit page again.
Okay. It says inputs.
Okay. Now we should have. We're on 5 of 12. This is where we need to be. Oh no. Excuse me. Go over one more. Mixer.
Okay, my mixer. It's 7. 6.
Yep. And it says channel 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Mm-hmm. This channel 1 says 100 I and THR, right?
Yep.
And then if you go to channel 2, 100 I AIL.
Yeah, and then 100 ELE.
Yep, aileron.
RUD.
Okay, now channel 5 shouldn't have anything in it, right?
Says doesn't have that I thing. It just says SA, and then it said ARM.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
All right, so click into that for me. That's what we're looking for, and it should be on channel 5. You should be able to edit it.
Now what?
Are you in where it says mix name, source, weight, offset, trim?
Oh, hold on. How do I go page, right?
All right, no. So what you need to do is, I wanted you to be in that mixer. You're gonna move your scroll wheel down to channel 5. It should highlight the 100s as it pops down.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you not to kill me. I somehow got out of it.
So you're gonna look for 6 of 12 again. You're gonna page over.
Okay, so no.
That's why Tyrannus is fun.
How do I get back to 6 of 12?
Keep hitting page.
Uh-oh. 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 Okay, hold on. 2 of 12, 3 of 12, 4 of 12, 5 of 12. Okay, I'm back. Now I go down to...
We need 6 of 12, sorry.
6 of 12.
Yep, should be on the mixer.
Yeah, I got it. Now I go down to ARM.
Yep, scroll wheel goes down to channel 5.
Yes, there we go.
All right, push the scroll wheel in to select it. Push it in again, or hold it. Hold the scroll wheel, hold it, and then it should pop up a menu and it says edit.
Yes.
All right, and then click the button again to get into to edit it. Now you should say mixer, channel 5.
Yep.
Mixer name is ARM, right? And that should be highlighted, yes?
Yes.
All right, take your scroll wheel, and I want you to scroll down to hopefully it should say source. And does it say SA?
Yeah, it says SA.
Okay, click that for me. Click that button, SA button, and where it is, look, Val. It's that smaller one above the throttle. I want you to click that button.
Yeah.
All right, now staying there, I want you to click the taller one right next to it.
This taller one?
Yeah.
Okay, now it says A3.
A3, good. Now, is it flashing, by the way? It should be flashing, yes?
Yeah.
All right, so go back to SA.
Okay, hold on.
Go back to that other button. Go back to the smaller button for me.
Okay. Okay.
Is
now
that flashing? It changed? Did it change back to that SA?
SA and it's flashing.
All right, beautiful. Hit exit. Look at Val on the button. Yep, hit exit right out of it.
Okay, did.
Okay, now you should still be in mixer and in channel 6.
How do I
Let's
get
go.
to channel 6?
Let's go to channel 6 and open into that and add it into that. So you're going to hold your scroll wheel so that that menu comes up and it says edit. And then you're going to select edit again, and you should be.
Okay, hold on.
Yep.
Okay, I'm at the SA. What do I touch to go back?
Oh, okay. All right. Hit exit.
Exit. Okay, got it.
All right. Now you should be back with your mixer and see all your channels, yeah?
I'm going
All right.
next to channel. Guys, I'm so sorry. You probably just want me to stop.
This is hard. This is hard work. It's tedious.
You're doing good, Val.
It is very
You're doing
tedious.
good.
Yeah. All right. So hit me up, channel 6, and then we're going to call it quits tonight because we've been on for an hour. We made a lot of progress.
Channel 6.
All right. Channel 6. The 100 should be highlighted and make, hold the scroll wheel down so that we can edit it.
Okay, edit. Go ahead.
And then get into it and edit it.
Uh-huh.
All right. Now it should have mix name. There's nothing on it, right?
Mixed name, it says mode.
Mode. Mark did set this up correctly. So why isn't this looking at the same way? All right. Now under source, under source, is it SD?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So it was
All
set
right.
up right.
Yeah, so it is set up right. So there's something else going on that I don't that I must have mixed. Do me a favor. Exit out of this, and what I want you to do is I want you to get into the page just before it. So I want you to get into 5 of 12 where it says inputs. I just want to see what it says there for you.
And how do I get there again?
So if you exit out of everything, it's okay. If you exit out of everything, and then you hit the 3 lines.
Oh, that's right.
And then you hit page, page, page until
You
it's
get to 5 of 12.
Page.
yeah 5.
And it's going to 5, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm on 5.
All right. So now, is there anything on what should be 5, 6, or 7?
5, 6, or 7.
Yeah. Do you see how it says inputs right under inputs?
Yeah.
It's THR ALI or AILELE RUD. Then it should be 05.
Oh, so difficult. Okay. So it says like why is that?
Should look like that.
Okay. Oh, I went somewhere else. No, I didn't. Stop it. What should it be like?
Oh
I'm
crap!
looking
I
at
just
some kind of timer
You
thing.
went out of it.
Okay, it says swash, green, lung on 3. On 4 it says FMO, FM1 on. And
no,
then
that's
on
not it.
5,
This is what it should look like.
where's that?
It's
Oh yeah. Okay,
it's
turn
5
it
of
around
12.
again.
Yeah, 5 of 12.
Turn it around again. Let me see.
Yep. And of course I hit it by accident.
It says THR 100 THR. AIL says
Yep.
AIL.
Keep going down. ELI or
Yeah.
ELE.
RED.
And then what's right under that?
A1.
A1.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Show it to me.
Okay, let me get the light back on. Okay, I got
Careful.
the light on it. Okay, you
Yeah.
ready?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I can't see.
It screwed up your
The
green
screen.
screen.
No, don't put it up so close. Put it up to the
Okay,
side.
hold on. I'm
screen.
going to turn off the green screen. You guys, sorry, but it is a green screen. Now you know. Everyone. Everyone knew. Okay. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, for
The
God.
light's not on.
That was funny, though, huh? Oh, things went away. What happened? Oh,
All right.
it went away.
Let's pause. Let's put the brakes on there for
Oh,
today.
there it is. Okay.
Oh, you're on 5 of 12. Oh, it went away.
Hold on.
Yeah, just hit it again. There we go. Huh. All right, do me the next page over. So hit page one more time. So it's 6 of 12. Let me see that. Huh. All right, so we're missing something back in the programming. I got to figure it out and look at it. So what it is on ARM. Oh, maybe we didn't hit save. We did something goofy. What we're going to do is we'll pick it up next time, and what we're going to do next time is program your ARM switch, your mode switch, so that when you hit ARM, spinny, it spins up. And when you hit your mode switch, you're in different modes. And then that also we're going to battle next week motor directions in BL Heli Suite. So this is another program that you have to download onto your computer.
You're just trying to give me like a heart attack. You know I'm not small.
Dude, I'm just trying to dribble out a little bit of information at a time. Otherwise,
That's probably best because I'm turning off this branch right now.
Yeah.
no. Hey, we made a lot of headway. I mean, if we were to just keep our nose to the grind, we would have this done, but it's a lot to observe.
Hey, Blizzard.
Yeah.
Off Axis says you probably didn't save.
Yeah, probably something goofball like that. I always screw up like that. Probably didn't save or something menial that I forgot to do. Yeah. No big deal, but we'll start back at it fresh next time.
That's all part of FPV.
Yeah. I don't know how many times I've tried. I did shit on and configured it and forget to hit save and like, why the hell didn't it save? Why am I doing it again?
Yeah, companion.
So, all right. Well, see, Beta Flight wasn't that scary now, was it?
No, not with you saying click this, click that.
Yeah, I know. And guess
myself got this
and I was one of those people that was sitting right next to one of my friends saying, "How do I do this? What do you do? I got to click that again."
I'll tell you a couple things that make me feel better. First of all, it wasn't. I mean, I was so anxious. I'm telling you, my hands were shaking, Louis. I can't even explain how anxious I was at the start. I was going to cancel the show because I thought I can't do it. I don't know. And before I'm just plugging crap in ahead of time.
But you're doing fine.
But this was kind of scary because it is this program. I kept thinking, how am I going to remember this? But I have it on. I have it. It's on here. Everything you went through, so I can always go back, kind of write down those steps. So that
And
anytime
that
I
and,
feel
and you know what?
hot, I
That
can sit it.
never works.
Shut up, Louis P. You're killing me.
No, but seriously, if you do, I mean, if you do it enough times, it's like riding a bike. You won't forget. You're like, oh yeah. And I've been through a lot of times where I've gone through stuff and forgot a step or whatever. I'm like, what the heck? How come this isn't working? I'm like, oh, I forgot the blah 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 blah. There, Jesus, that would have saved me 2 days. You know, and it's just there's so many steps. And what it comes down to with this friggin' hobby is looking at the problem and trying to reverse engineer the problem, because that'll lead you back to the solution. Meaning, if you're looking at a drone that isn't flying, figure out why step by step. Is it the motor? Is it the ESC? Is it I don't have something unplugged in? It could be something simple like that. And then as you start to eliminate those steps, you're going to be able to see and diagnose things a lot quicker. And just know, oh, well, duh, I have the prop on backwards. That's why it sounds like that. Or what the hell? Why isn't it? Oh, that's what, you know, you're just going to be able to start to see things in both the programming of it and the flying of it if you do it enough times to say, all right, that's
well,
why.
I think that is the thing, because even while you're going through it, I was like, okay, I see that. That makes sense. Okay, I see that. And then my head was trying to process it really quickly. I think it's I don't know why I let myself get so worked up, Louis, but I was just out of my mind today.
Well, what Robert said was true. The scary part was the soldering of it. The scary part was once you fry a board, it's fried. So you can't put the magic smoke back in. Once that board releases, you're done.
Okay, so
you can.
That wasn't scary.
You can reconfigure
You
software.
can reboot it. You can put the firmware back on it. You can flash new shit on it and make it happy again. You know, you have to do a lot to really screw up the software end of it. I mean, not saying that you can't. You could brick it and make, you know, do something stupid.
Believe me, I probably.
But it takes a lot to do that nowadays with these things.
I am wondering. This is what would seem to me. I'm wondering why it kept kind of turning.
All right, so I've had that happen before. From my understanding, when you set it, the accelerometer is going through all of these cycles and feeling and recorrecting. And as it sits there, it's not supposed to do that. So it's spinning out of control. That could be because it might be damaged somehow. We might have it too high on a PID loop. I'm not exactly sure about the Mamba. Any of you guys in the chat know anything more? Hit us up with it. But usually when those start to, you know, spit and sputter like that, there's something wrong with the accelerometer, and that's not good. That means that, like, if you wanted to fly in horizon or angle mode, anything else that accesses the information on that accelerometer to stay steady, it's going to give you a problem. But if you fly in air mode or freestyle mode, no help, it's not a problem. That's why when I told you that in the very beginning, I said you can hit that button and turn it to air mode and just turn out all the shit off from it. Well, if you hit air mode right now and save it, your accelerometer won't move. You won't be able to pick up the drone and see it on the computer flippy floppy. It said, no, we're not going to use the accelerometer because it's off. Because then that's 100% you flying the shit. That's you lifting it off and being steady and stable. But you want those other modes. You want those other modes. You don't?
No.
You want to fly Acro then?
That's what I fly in Velocidrome.
Okay, all right, then you know what? Piss on it. I don't care that it jiggers. As long as it doesn't do it a lot, we're good.
We're good? Okay. Because to me,
that's a way to learn it.
It seems like, to me, If I'm going to throw it in acro, if I'm going to do acro anyway, and that's what I'm used to,
Yeah.
I don't want to change that. That would be, then I
No,
have
no, you're right. You're 100% right.
Now, I will say, one problem I had was when I went back to fly the Phantom just recently, I kept trying to move it like I was doing acro.
Yeah.
Both at the same time, and the things go
Yeah,
like,
those are you don't fly those like that.
Different control.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you guys go.
What do you need to read? Because it's F because of that tuning in the Betaflight screen. I would update firmware first and see if it still does it. Oh, yeah. Betaflight is
tuning in the Beta screen. Yeah.
So my Betaflight is the latest one. So what are we talking? Because just hit update firmware.
Yeah, well, I don't know, whatever. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna plug it back in. Don't do it yet, because this is one of the things that potentially could brick it. So let's not do it yet. I'll show you next time how to get into the firmware, how to look at it, how to do a CLI dump, which takes all of the information in the command line structure out, and you can look at certain things, and you can actually program the drone that way. And if you thought Betaflight was challenging, they made Betaflight so that you didn't have to do programming in the CLI line.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so the Betaflight is like a GUI interchange, you buttons and whistles that you click and turn on and turn off. The CLI command is like if, then, next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Programming
If this,
language.
then that. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so we'll jump off. We'll jump off there, off access to give him information when next time we start up. We'll look at what version of your firmware is, because he's right. I think he said it. If the version of the Betaflight that you're using doesn't mesh well with the version of firmware you have on your flight controller, they could kind of butt heads a bit. So you always want to have the most up-to-date firmware and up-to-date program, as long as it's not in a beta version where we know that there are bugs.
So my confusion, Louis, would be this. I just bought this FC. It's brand new from the store. Why wouldn't it be updated?
Because it probably sat on a shelf for, dude.
Yeah.
Tomorrow after you update it, right? Let's update it tomorrow, and you check back in a week, and I'm sure there's 5 more updates already been put up.
5 more updates for it.
It's ridiculous. It just changes so quick.
It's just like building a PC.
Okay.
You buy a CPU and a motherboard.
Yeah, and 2 months later,
2 months later, the CPU doesn't work with the motherboard because it needs the BIOS updated.
Yeah, something stupid. It's just like that. And that happens all the time. And even your ESCs have updates. So every once in a while, you go back through and you see that they have an update for your ESCs to make them work better, a firmware update that'll make them fly smoother or faster or make less heat or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an always changing. The devs are always working on something.
Yeah. So I got to tell you, Liz, I want you to know how much I so appreciate you and what you're doing.
Yeah, no problem.
I might explode your head tonight because I got overwhelmed, and now it seems to make sense. So when we were doing that and seeing if the throttle worked and all that, last time I did Betaflight, I didn't do it. Centroid did it for me. He was so sweet to do it for me. And so I didn't have to touch it, but he told me, Valerie, we got to get this on your computer.
Guess who taught him?
Yeah, I know, because he told me. That's why
he picked right up on it. He's a math guy anyway, so he's very oriented.
I mean, I think he's part genius because he is so very smart. But I don't know. I mean, it's making sense now. But what I did, okay, I'll tell you what I did and what happened. You got a minute?
Yeah.
So I went onto YouTube and I turned on this guy who said beta flight for beginners. And I thought,
Who was it? Who was it?
I don't remember. Just put beta flight beginners, and it was like the first one.
Okay.
And he was new to beta flight, I think, himself. But anyway, he goes, I'm going to teach you. And I said, I'm going to so surprise Louis because I'm going to have this down. I'm going to study this and I'm going to surprise Louis. And by the end of that damn video, I wanted to just kill myself. He was so confusing. He was jumping back and forth, going in, coming out. And I just thought, he's not a teacher, first of all, and he was not. He thought he was clear and concise, and he was not.
I don't think I was very clear and concise tonight.
Yeah, yours made sense. I think I could do this even if you weren't there now, at least to the part we got to, because it just takes a minute for my brain to take in.
Yeah.
And then I'm much better. It wasn't Josh. It wasn't Josh
Bardwell.
No.
No, Bardwell is very concise, consistent, and accurate, and very good at laying out information.
Yeah, but it wasn't him. It was a guy, and he was not. I mean, he probably. You know what? Everyone learns different styles. That is so true, isn't it? We learn in different styles. I think I'm sticking with you, Louis, because the proof is in the pudding. I got lights coming on. I got this other stuff going.
Things are working. Things are working. Maybe in 3 or 4 months we'll have you flying. By the end of the quarantine, whatever the hell that is.
Yeah. So I ordered the Cadex.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to ask that.
I did, and it's on its way. It's from. I got it from the site.
Yep, Get FPV. Good. All right, so I believe it or not, I've got an order of Cadexes coming from Get FPV too, just the other day. Yeah, but if for whatever reason, if it gets hung up or it doesn't come in by next week, we can move forward with the camera that you have just to test things out. But I still want to be able to put the thing together and actually fly it and hover it and see that it's all good, and then we put the FPV on it.
So am I going to be able to do that right here?
Hell yeah.
Okay, because I tried that one time and it attacked my face.
Well, we're not going to let it attack your face. You're just going to hover it.
Okay,
and I can set it back down. That's all I wanted to do.
Okay. Yeah, I got to say that I do appreciate your patience with it. I do, because you can tell I'm like one of the kids in your class. See, I don't know if you all know this, but let me tell you what he's dealing with. I am dyslexic. I have, she
has an IEP. I've gone through everything with her. She's got a 504 plan. We've got her in her least restrictive environment.
And he's not allowed to hit me because the school rules have changed.
Right. I can't hit. I can't curse at her. I can curse, but I can't curse at her.
So not only I have anxiety, as you've seen, when I started getting so anxious that it was going to stop the show, I also have a learning disability. So I learn things, but I have to study usually twice as hard as anyone else. And I'm actually getting what he's saying. So this is huge to me. I mean, even the 107, Louis, people were like, oh, I studied for the weekend and took the test. Oh, no, not for me. Mm-hmm. Every day, 2 weeks, I was on that test. Then
hey, shit doesn't come easy to me either. I mean, everything I've ever done in my life, I've had to work hard for. And so I know what it takes to want to do something and not be able to do it, and then have to have some patience. I'm one of the least patient people in the world, believe it or not.
Yeah, and let me tell you, by the time I think Robert knew and Paul knew, and Herman, by the time I got ready for the test, they think I'm joking. I mean, I got an 88 on it. I didn't
That's good.
It, yeah. But by the time I was ready for the test, I was talking to people going, I can't take it. I can't even remember. I can't remember what I did, but I learned. And I went in there just thinking, what the hell am I doing here? What am I doing here? And I left and I just told them, please tell me I just need a 70. And I was about ready to cry. I just need a 70. And he goes, oh yeah, you got an 88. And I said, okay, shut up. Don't lie to me. I just need a 70. I thought he was taking pity on me because I was like, ah. But yeah, because and people think maybe that I'm just doing that on purpose. I'm not.
I've interacted with so many types of different learners that the word differentiation is a huge differentiator for every time I talk with somebody, because you've got to hit people where they're at, and you have to, there's this thing called proximal distance. When I went to Syracuse, and I studied music, education, and I was had a minor in psychology. So we did a lot of educational psych and all that bullshit. But proximal distance is a huge thing. You need to be able to teach right above where that person is at so that you can bring them up. If you throw a whole bunch of shit at them that they don't understand, they're still not going to understand it. You just because you taught it doesn't mean the person learned it. So you always have to be, cognizant of that fact that, shit, that didn't sink in. I got to say it a different way.
I tell you, when I was working juvenile, I was directing that whole probation and all that stuff. I was director.
And now you're dealing with people with anger issues, so that's no fun either.
Right. And most of the kids I dealt with had learning disabilities.
Yeah. Well, it's all on top
that's
of it.
Why
it's all one thing. And yeah.
Right. When you feel bad, you can't get what you're going, you do crazy crap. You just do crazy crap. And I think that I was so successful with these kids because I got it. I'm like, yeah. I get it.
Well, you do. You've got a bag of tricks that you always continuously have to learn, that you have to pull from. And if you don't have contingencies or a bag of tricks to figure your situation out, you're stuck in the mud. And many times I'm stuck in the mud because I didn't think myself through. Like, wait a minute, you've got to have contingencies. You've got to be, and have the wherewithal of your observational awareness and know, okay, that person isn't understanding, or I've got to say it a different way, or that group over there, they're gonna kill each other. I better get over there and say something because everybody's pointing at each other. Like,
kids get so mad and they're like,
and So you're always trying to put out little fires.
let's take this breath because I'd be angry too. But it's not getting us anywhere, right? The anger.
Yeah, well, no, but it is. Sometimes it is powerful to get that anger out.
It is.
Get it out, get it over, and then you can move forward. Because I've been on both sides of where I've been in lessons with my teachers where I would take private lessons with a person to learn an instrument. My main instrument is saxophone, and my teacher, Dr. Caravan, would make you feel about that tall when you would walk on your class.
Yeah.
And I learned a hell of a lot from him. I learned what not to do. And I learned that when you're working with a person and you're pushing them to the point, you got to realize you got to press the brakes. You got to know when to stop and when to divert and when not. Because I've done early on in my career. How many kids did you make cry today, Michelle? Oh, I only made 3. Well, I made almost every one of my lessons cry today. I had a bad day. And it's not because you're mean or nasty. It's just like, that the person can do it.
They can
and you're
do it.
pushing them so hard that you don't realize that stress point is like, all right, you motherfucker, get the hell away from me. I'm going to kill you. They're little kids. They don't say that. They just burst out in tears. And then you're like, what's the problem? You're making me try to play a quarter note and I can't. Dude, you just did it seconds ago.
In my office one day, and all he wanted to do was be in a gang. And he wanted to be cool, and he wanted to rap, and there was some mental history there.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he came in, and he's walking back and forth, and we thought he had a knife, and a couple people left the office, and I told everyone, get out of the office, and I was so I could get out, and at least get into a larger area.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I turn around and he won't go. So I climbed up on my desk finally and I said, okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to jump on you now because I need you to calm down. So if you could turn just a quarter turn to your left, because when I jump off and try to grab your arm and bring it up, I could actually break your arm. But if you turn just a little bit, I'm going to try this maneuver I've been practicing. So the kid's pacing back for, when I go, when I do, when I do, and he's doing all this crap, right? And I'm going, yeah. But could you just turn a little bit? I'm
Help me help you.
And finally,
Wow.
he looks up at me and he goes, "Oh, Valerie," and he leaves the office. It's like I ruined everything for him. So now I'm up on this chair, and I'm not a small person. I'm like, "Can someone help me get down? I am stuck here now." I'm gonna stay up on the steps, but he went home. It was so funny, but he was having problems, but he was just looking at me, shaking his head, and I said, I'll do it. And I would have. That's a funny, I would have, because I had 2 people who were going to get hurt, 2 other women. And so I was going to have to do something and take him down. I was like, I'm going to so break myself. I am so going to be laying on the ground going, along with him.
And the kid's underneath, going, Yeah, no, I've been in many a classroom where little kids are crawling under the desks and going freaking crazy, and just see what pisses me off is a lot of the time these kids, and I get it. People say, oh, well, they've got to be put in with regular crowd. No, they don't, because first of all, it's a danger to everybody in the room. To them, the teacher, the other kids, especially if they're a violent person or a child that cannot control themselves. You just can't put them in general pop. And I see that too many times where there's autistic kids that have all of these triggers and they put them in the worst environment ever and then don't understand, well, why is he standing on the desk screaming all the time?
Yeah,
well,
if not, I don't know all autistic kids. I know the ones I've worked with and the ones I have had a lot of interaction with. If they have too much stimulus going in, then they can't handle it. And so some teachers don't realize it. They think if they say, sit down, and all the kids start, that somehow that's going to relieve the situation.
Just visual stimulation, just how the room is set up and what color the freaking walls are triggers for these kids. And a lot of people in education don't know that or don't give a shit. I don't know which it is. And that's what infuriates me the most, is because
they're ordered to teach, but they know how to teach your automatons. I'm sorry, but when you have to teach people outside of that box, that's when it's difficult. That's when you look at teachers and you go, that is a great teacher.
Right. That's but the thing is the thing is those teachers can and are given those abilities, but a lot of the times they're suppressed or they're put into situations where those abilities that they can do can't flourish. You have, like, my wife was in an IST room, full on special education. She had more special education kids than she had general education kids, but she was classified as a general education room, which meant she didn't get all the services that she needed. But yet there were more special ed kids in that room than general education kids. So there's one big issue. I mean, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. And that's a simple issue to fix or avoid or be aware of and fix after you say, oh shit, it shouldn't be like this. Right. IEPs were rewritten in her classroom by administration to fit her room. How is that right? So that there's a lot of junky stuff like that goes on in the back of special education that screw over the kids as usual.
Yeah, hey, John.
Don't mean to be a bummer.
I think so too. So anyway, going back to where we were, I just appreciate you, Louis, because you get it. You just get it.
I try to.
And I appreciate that. And I appreciate all the teachers who get it, you know, and who have kids that are just, um, you know, that's
They
why
need
I love
help,
Sin Freud.
and nobody's helping them.
I love all these guys, and I just think that when you teach, that is a profession that's not respected enough, and it's a hard one. You know,
It's hard to do.
It's hard.
But you know,
Hey,
it's
I
fun.
just did credit recovery for a bunch of kids that weren't going to graduate in that job that I was doing. And I got to tell you, they all ended up graduating high school, but I am not the good one for that. I am not the good one. I am not the good one for that. I actually brought my kids up and I had them tutoring the kids to bring me apart because I think I would have strangled someone. I'm just not the good one. I know this about me. If they said you're going to homeschool your own kids, Valerie, no. No,
that's difficult.
No.
All right, I gotta go. I'll see
I
you.
love you, Louis. Thank you. Tuesday,
Bye, guys.
yeah?
Right, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Same time, same place.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Oh my gosh. So, Robert.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you think? Now,
it was a good show.
Did that open any doors to Beta Flight for you?
I don't think I'll be building anything anytime soon.
You know,
you did very well. You did very well.
I was so surprised. I think it actually. I'm gonna unplug this one, but I think that yeah, it's gonna match right in my head. I'm gonna go back into Beta Flight and relook at everything that we've done. I'm not gonna change anything. I'm just gonna look at that seemed to make a lot of sense for me.
Yeah, and I think where things went wrong is when we didn't have it saved. We didn't save it once you were done in Beta Flight.
You know, and I'm sure I didn't because I was so excited. I'm just moving forward. And so I appreciate all you guys kind of sticking with me because I get that was hard. I am going to be done for tonight because I'm going to let Robert go and spend some time with his lovely wife because I know she gets up every Tuesday for me and I appreciate it. And guys, I so appreciate you coming in and being there because I was so nervous. It
and
really
thanks for all the input.
They have great people in.
John, off axis, thanks for all the input. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We do, and I'm just so glad you were here. See, I know it's not as bad as I thought. I was very, very nervous about it. Oh, thank you, Kim. Hey, guys, I absolutely adore all of you. You were great. I'll see you for sure on Sunday, and we'll be talking on Sunday for sure. I appreciate it. I will talk to you all later.